This broadcast is brought to you courtesy of amateur radio station VK7AX in Ulverstone, northwest Tasmania.
Welcome to the Tassie Ham Econ VK7 Amateur Radio News. This was first broadcast on Sunday, November the 3rd, 2024, and we bring you the latest from the world of amateur radio and VK7. This week, joining you from the Tasmanian Amateur Radio News Desk is Mike, VK7 Foxtrot Bravo. Tune in as we share updates and insights across VK7, broadcast through an array of platforms and frequencies. On DMR Talk Group 5 and D-Star Reflector 91 Charlie, managed by Gavin, VK7 Hotel Golf Oscar. On medium and high frequency rebroadcasts, thanks to our dedicated operators on 1.862 any takers, on 3670 megs by Peter, VK7 Tango Papa Echo, on 7140 Ross, VK7 Alpha Lima Hotel, on 14130 Gary, VK7 Juliet Golf Delta, on 28525 by Dale, VK7 Delta Golf, and on CB Channel 24 in the Hobart area, hosted by Mark, VK7 Fox Mike Alpha Charlie. If you missed today's broadcast, then you can catch the replay on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on repeaters VK7RAA in Northern VK7 and VK7RHT and UHF-CB24 in Southern VK7. Thank you for tuning in and enjoy the broadcast. RAOTC News, monthly broadcast further to that mentioned on the WIA National News. This is another reminder about the RAOTC broadcast from Monday the 4th of November at 8 p.m. local time. That's tomorrow night for those listening on Sunday. Here is another in the series of repeats of past broadcasts, this time from August 2002, read by Alan, VK3 Alpha Mike Delta, Silent Key. For those interested in military radio equipment, the author recommends a visit to the Australian Army Signals Museum in McLeod, Victoria. The main item tells of an epic voyage of the ship E.R. Sterling, one of the last merchant sailing vessels to ever leave Australia. The story is told as seen by the 19-year-old wireless operator Morris Anderson. The ship left Adelaide with a cargo of wheat in 1927, bound for London. 2 hurricanes were encountered, and the first officer was fatally injured. 3 of the 6 masts and the wireless aerial were ripped out. The story tells how Anderson managed to rewind a generator and provide improvised aerials, enabling the ship's rescue. Listen at 8 p.m. Monday over the VK7RAA HT statewide network, or at about 8:30 p.m. as a telecast on VK7 Alpha X-Ray Spectrum Tasmania via the BATC members stream, or in the Ulverstone area on 445.5 DATV. Audio feed is available on VK7 RDR 439.775 on the Dazzler range. The broadcast date again is Monday, November the 4th. Callbacks will follow on both networks, and please call in if you are able. This provides the RAOTC Broadcast Committee with an idea of how many are listening to these broadcasts. If you miss the off-air broadcast, then you can listen to audio files on the RAOTC website. And that's 73 from Peter, VK7 Papa Delta. QSL News and a report from Herman, VK7 Hotel Whiskey, manager of the WIA VK7 Inwards QSL Bureau. The updated list of QSL cards held as of the 25th of October is in the email version of this broadcast. If your call sign is on the list and you are attending the conference at UTAS this weekend, then let Herman know by email and he will have the cards there for you. Please contact Herman by email, and his address is westyh, that's WESTYH, at aussiemail.com.au. And that's 73 from Herman, VK7 Hotel Whiskey, the WIA manager, VK7 Inwards QSL Bureau. Statewide news and the Thursday night SSTV nets. A quiet net night that saw the following participants: VK7's Echo Victor, Delta Mike Hotel and Tango Whiskey, all sharing over 20 photos. There was some doubling, with different photos decoding north and south. The highlights were a Halloween and spirit theme for the evening, brewing in a witch's cauldron and cans of different brews, the coffee pot train in the Pitchy Ritchie Railway in VK5, a mischief of pack rat radio modems, an assembled QRP Labs digital transceiver model QDX and its Whisper global propagation, a Spirit of Tasmania ferry hiding and an unhappy Loch Ness monster, merchandise for the Australian Research and Space Exploration, a mug for the agency with its acronym, Willy Wombat, and 73s from a pumpkin that has had too much to drink. Note that Ken VK7KRJs and Steve's VK700's fully automatic 24/7 monitoring sites allow anyone who has sent an STS TV picture the ability to check them on their pages almost immediately, anytime, both south and north in Tasmania. If you missed the net, there are archives of these SSTV nights. These photos can be seen on Ken's and Steve's SSTV websites or on NTARC's website under blogs. Don't forget to use your own photos or those that are copyright free. And that's 73 from Andre, VK7 Zulu Alpha Bravo. News from the north, VK7RUN-3, repeater back on air. News from VK7YAD in regard to the VK7RUN-3 repeater, which is active on weekends covering Launceston CBD in particular. Due to an outbreak of unidentified data transmissions, RUN-3 has been off the air for quite a while. However, it seems that the problem has passed. Testing over the last several weeks shows no sign of it so far. As a result, VK7RUN-3 has resumed weekend services, 431.850 input, 438.850 output, providing excellent coverage in and about the CBD and additional capacity for the busy summer ahead, and no CTCSS required for access. And that's 73 from Greg, VK7 Yankee Alpha Delta. SOTA WWFF Parks Group. The Summits on the Air Worldwide Flora and Fauna Parks Group meets twice weekly, Mondays and Fridays at 10:30 a.m. until 12 at the Glebe Gardens Cafe, Henry Street in Launceston. For more information, contact Al on 0417 354 410, and that's 73 from Al, VK7 Alpha November. Northern Tasmanian Amateur Radio Club Incorporated. The end-of-year NTARC celebration has now been locked in. It will be on Wednesday, the 4th of December. Due to popular demand, it will be held at the Iron Horse Bar and Grill, located at 468 Westbury Road, Prospect Vale, Launceston. Check your calendar. If you're free and wish to attend, now is the time to mark the date and RSVP to the Secretary, and the address for that is secretary@ntarc.net. Or jot your name and number of places required on the registration sheet next to the sign-in register at the club rooms. A link to the Iron Horse location and menu information is available in the text version of this broadcast. It was good to see that the Friday morning tea started off with the usual good turnout, but as the morning progressed, the number of people dwindled. Not through lack of coffee, but patrons were heading off to get an early start to Ham Econ. Hopefully, all has and is going well over the weekend for the conference. No doubt there will be an update soon. Upcoming events: TestNet and TechNet session. Every Wednesday, TestNet CW course on 3580 from 7 p.m. until 7:30 p.m, and then a TechNet on 3567 from 7:30 until 8:30. Your host for the evening is Nick, VK7 Whiskey. Clubroom Technical Night sessions. The next session will be on Wednesday, the 6th of November, and will commence at the usual time of 6:30 p.m. at the Clubroom, Archer Street, Rosalie. Coffee mornings. held every Friday in the NTARC club rooms. Time is from 10 a.m. until noon, and we look forward to seeing you all there. So why not pop in and check the QSL cards and join us for a cuppa. There's endless tea and coffee, along with biscuits, available for a donation. And finally, a reminder to all members that if you have any items of news that you would like added to our weekly roundup, no matter how trivial, then please email them to the Secretary at the following address: news@ntarc.net. All items to be received no later than 5 p.m. on the Friday prior to the broadcast. That's all, folks. That's 73s from Stefan, VK7 Zulu Sierra Bravo, Secretary of NTARC Incorporated. You're listening to VK7WI, and this is the VK7 Amateur Radio News broadcast. And now news from the South and Radio and Electronics Association of Southern Tasmania. Conference volunteers pizza thank you night. From 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday the 6th of November, we will be holding a conference pizza thank you night for all our conference volunteers. Please come along and enjoy pizza and a drink on the club. If you have any dietary requirements that we might be able to accommodate with a pizza menu, then please let us know. And the address is tazzyhamconference@gmail.com. And that's 73 from the Conference Organising Committee. Conference Feedback Forum Night. In our Forum Night time slot, we will be holding a Conference Feedback Forum. So please come along and let us know your thoughts about the conference, the good, the bad and the ugly. We will be providing some structure to the night and run through each aspect of the conference and provide an opportunity to input into the conference review so that we can make the next one in 2026 even better. See you there, and that's from the Conference Organising Committee. REAST Training and Assessment Updates. Foundation Training and Assessment Days are held every 2 months. Standard, Advanced and Regulations Licence Assessments are held on the alternative months, on the alternate months. Dates can be found on the REAST events page. The final Standard, Advanced and Regulations Licence Assessments will be held on Saturday the 30th of November from 10 a.m. We're currently working through our 2025 training calendar, and this will be published very soon. For bookings, queries and questions, email reast.assessor@gmail.com. This email is forwarded to the learning organiser, who will respond to all requests. Foundation Licence Training videos. These have been updated to reflect the new class licence arrangements, available on the REAST YouTube Training and Assessment playlist. Additional resources, check out the WIA Foundation Trial Exams, and that's 73s from Reg, VK7 Kilo Kilo. Wednesday Experimenters Nights. Last Wednesday's Experimenters Group Night, we featured the QRP Labs QDX digital transceiver. We started with a quick reminder of the Tassie Ham Econ and then straight into the QDX transceiver. Thanks to Larry, VK7 Whiskey Lima Hotel, for putting me on this device. Low power, 5 watt, low cost, $69 US that is, FSK mode transceiver in a tiny size. The QDX is a feature-packed, high-performance 5-band, that's 80, 60, 40, 30 and 20 metres, or 6 high HF band, that's 20, 17, 15, 12, 11 and 10 metres, 5 watt Digimodes transceiver kit, including embedded SDR receiver, 24-bit 48 KSPS USB sound card, CAT control, synthesized VFO with TCXO reference, and the QDX transmits a single signal. It is not an SSB modulator with associated unwanted sideband and residual carrier or intermodulation due to amplifier nonlinearity. QDX outputs a pure single signal. QDX is suitable only for single-tone FSK modes, which cover the majority of digital modes in use today. This includes everything in WSJT-X, JS8 call, some FL Digi, modes, e.g. RTTY, Olivia and more. QDX is not suitable for on-off keyed modes such as CW because it does not have click-reducing RF envelope shaping. Furthermore, it is not suitable for phase shift keying modes such as PSK31 or modes involving multiple concurrent tones such as WinLink. It includes solid-state band switching and transmit-receive switching under CAT control. The high-performance embedded SDR SSB receiver with 60 to 70 dB of unwanted sideband cancellation. There is a built-in 24-bit 48 kSPS USB sound card, built-in USB virtual COM serial port for CAT control, and SI5351A synthesized VFO with 25 meg TXCO as standard. Built-in test signal generator and testing tools. Receive current is only 100 milliamps. Transmit current 1 to 1.1 amps for 5 watts output with 9 volt supply at around 0.7 amps for 5 watts with 13 volt supply. Optional aluminium extruded cut/drilled/laser etched black anodized enclosure. This is a high performance QRP SDR for FSK digital modes and performs very well. Justin, VK7 Tangled Whiskers, showed the whisper map for the transceiver on 20 metres. We go into recess for a fortnight with the conference, thank you, pizza night on the 6th of November, and the conference feedback forum on the 13th of November. See you in a fortnight, says Justin, with 73's VK7TW. Space news. Intelsat satellite explodes in orbit. An Intelsat communications satellite built by Boeing has exploded and broken up in geostationary orbit. Intelsat confirmed the news in a press release on October the 21st, declaring that the satellite is a total loss. The US Space Force said it is tracking around 20 associated pieces, but has observed no immediate threats to other satellites so far. Roscosmos said it was tracking 80 fragments. The cause of the explosion is not yet known, but the news is another blow for Boeing following Starliner's failed crew test flight, problems with the 737 MAX, and delays to the 777X. Intelsat said it's working to move customers to its other satellites or third-party spacecraft. A failure review board has convened to complete a comprehensive analysis of the cause, the company wrote. The satellite was uninsured, and a spokesman told Space News. The explosion fragments could still pose a risk to other satellites. The problem is that there is a lot of uncertainty regarding the orbits of these fragments at the moment, said a spokesperson for Space Flux, a UK company that tracks objects in orbit. They can be potentially dangerous for other satellites, but we do not know that yet. Intelsat 33E is one of 6 Epic NG satellites built by Boeing and uses the latter's 720MP satellite platform equipped with 16 hydrazine-powered engines built by Aerojet Rocketdyne. The type is widely used for telephone, internet and satellite TV/radio broadcast services. It entered service 3 months late due to an issue with its primary thruster, and another propulsion issue reduced its service life by 3.5 years. The first Epic NG satellite, Intelsat 29E, was declared a total loss in 2019 after just 3 years in service, reportedly due to a meteoroid impact or a wiring flaw. And that's sourced from Engadget and the AMSAT News. You're listening to VK7WI, and this is the VK7 Amateur Radio News broadcast. and our regular VK7 gatherings and events over the coming months. Regular gatherings: Sewing Circle Net daily on 3/6/40, commence at 6:30 p.m. Statewide SSTV Net held every Thursday night via the North-South link on VK7RAF/RJG from 7:30 p.m. in the North and the Northwest VK7RJG on 438.55, and in the South VK7RAF on 146.650 with a CTC-SS tone of 141.3 to link RAF North-South. Statewide microwave QSO party following the Sunday broadcast callback on 1296.15 MHz FM. One group in the Greater Hobart area and another in the Greater Launceston area. Then North-South digital contacts on 1296.2 using Q6560 Bravo. Stations in the Launceston area transmitting on the odd minute, southern stations on the even minute. Reist Wags Wednesday afternoon group from 12 noon in the Reist Club Rooms, Queen's Domain. Reist Wags Wednesday experimenters group from around 6 p.m. in the Reist Club Rooms, Queen's Domain. SOTA WWFF group meeting Mondays and Fridays at 10:30 till 12 at the Glebe Gardens Cafe, Henry Street in Launceston. NTARC Club Room Technical Night session on Wednesday the 6th of November from 6:30 p.m. at the Club Room, Archer Street in Rochalee. NTARC Testnet and TechNet sessions every Wednesday night. Testnet CW course on 3580 from 7 p.m. until 7:30 and TechNet on 3567 from 7:30 until about 8:30. NTARC coffee mornings are held every Friday in the NTARC Club Rooms. Time is from 10 a.m. until noon in the Rochalee Club Rooms. Northwest VK7 Wednesday from 8 p.m. local. Northwest Tassie Amateur Repeater Group Net on 2 metres VK7 RMD and node 56780. Northwest VK7 Thursday commencing at 8:30 p.m. local. Northwest Tassie 2 metre DX Net on 144.190 upper sideband. Events: VK November 2nd and 3rd, the Tassie Ham Conference, Innovation in Amateur Radio, Sandy Bay Campus at UTAS, and that concludes today, being Sunday. Reist November the 6th, Conference Volunteers, Thank You Pizza Night from 6:30 p.m, Queen's Domain Club Rooms. Reist November the 13th, Ham Conference Feedback Forum, Queen's Domain Club Rooms from 7:30 p.m. Reist December the 1st, End of Year Free Barbecue and Spring Cleaning Workshop from 11 a.m. after the broadcast at the Queen's Domain. NTARC December the 4th, End of Year Celebration at the Iron Horse Bar and Grill located at 468 Westbury Road, Prospect Vale, Launceston. Let the Secretary know if you're coming along. Reist January Car Boot Sale in Sale of the Century, that is. And now a reminder to those people rostered for next week's broadcast. Your newsreader is Peter, VK7 Papa Delta. Repeaters Reist, NTARC and in the Northwest, thanks to the NWTARC, West Coast Radio Group, Cradle Coast Radio Amateur Radio Club, VK7 Alpha X-Ray, VK7 Juliet Hotel and VK7 Delta Charlie. On 160 metres, VK7 Golf Sierra, 80 metres, VK7 Alpha Lima Hotel, 40 metres, VK7 Juliet Golf, Juliet Golf Delta, that's right, 20 metres, VK7 Delta Golf, 10 metres, VK7 Victor Kilo Tango, on UHFCB 24, VK7 FMAC, and on DMR Talk Group 5 and D-Star Reflector 91 Charlie, VK7 HGO. A huge thank you to all people and organisations that have assisted with this broadcast. And that, in fact, wraps up this week's edition of the VK7 Amateur Radio News. We hope you found it informative and enjoyable. You've been listening to VK7WI, or if you've just tuned in, you've just missed our live broadcast, But don't worry, you can catch the rebroadcast on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on repeaters VK7RAA in Northern VK7 and VK7RHT and UHFCB24 in the South. We encourage you to share your news, stories and updates with us. Email your contributions to VK7ARnews@gmail.com. For more information about the broadcast and to join the discussion, visit our VK7 Amateur Radio Newsgroups.io group. Remember, the deadline for submissions is 2100 on the Friday before the Sunday broadcast. Stay tuned for callbacks on the frequency you're currently listening to, and relay stations will use their own call signs during this time. On behalf of the entire VK7 Amateur Radio News team, this is Mike, VK7 Foxtrot Bravo, wishing you 73s and stay safe and have a fantastic week.